Yeah. Yeah. Saturday in the South. 808's knocking. Crowd rocking. Marcus Fitzpatrick. Water cooler talk sports. Let's check the heat. Turn the temperature up, turn the pressure up. SEC, SEC. Who running hot, who cooling off? SEC. Saturday lights in the stadium loud. One bad loss turn hero to clowns. Rank is falling, fans going wild. Twitter talking, message board loud. Jordan hair to the swamp at night. Death Valley rocking under them lights. Every fan base claiming they throne, but only one team taking it home. SEC, heat check, turn it up loud. Marcus got the pulse of the crowd. Hot seats rising, pressure on fire. Every Saturday climbing higher. SEC heat check, feel the sound. Crowd so loud it shake the ground. From the plains to the bayou heat, we checking the pulse of the SEC. What's next? Gators snapping, Tigers roar. Every Saturday settling scores. Cowbells ringing, Razorbacks run. Dreams alive for everyone, but pressure build when the rankings drop. When the hottest teams stay on top. SEC, hey, SEC, hey, SEC. Who the hottest in the South right now? SEC, hey, SEC, hey, heat check. This is
Welcome to this presentation of Water Cooler Talk Sports.
Ooh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's your boy Marcus Fitzpatrick, Mr. Let's Go, Let's Get It, with the second episode of SEC Heat Check. I got my brother in the building with me, Mr. King of the Comments, man. How are you tonight, brother?
All right, man. We about to check the heat of the SEC.
Yeah,
The heat
man. We got two
up under
teams.
up under the seat.
We got two
Who
teams, man. We're gonna check out the fan base
Who
of the
on
night,
fire?
man.
Who on fire? And who about to
All
on
right,
spot?
all right, Calm your head down, man. Calm your ass down, man. We got Kentucky and Vanderbilt. We're gonna check on tonight and see how they doing, man. See what they fan base checking on, right? So, man, first though, we gotta get to the house rules, man. Hey, subscribe to these YouTube channels, man. SEC Season with my boy Tez, Auburn Addicts with my boy DC, Sharpshooter with my boy B Sharp, and Huggy Beard himself with my boy Huggy, Bubba and the Old Man with Bubba and the Old Man, Tight Sports, Megas. My bad, I'm tripping right now. Tight Sports, the Alabama
stuff. You can say that Alabama stuff.
Yeah, you know that I had to mess it up with my boy Tight and the Up Tempo podcast with my boy Dylan and the Golden Broom podcast with Vandy Chris. And last but not least, we got Kid Country in the building. Follow my boy Elwood at Kid Country. Hey, and also we got my boy DJ in the building. Follow on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media. That's at Hollywood_media. And also follow on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's, at Hollywood Media with 2 A's. And also we got my boy Kid Country. Go to Airlines, man. I can't wait to get to Alabama. All this food he promising. All this food he said he got. He said he elite. We being elite. I can't wait to eat elite.
All right, elite while you eat.
Man, what? I'm gonna be elite. I'm gonna be sleep after I eat, and it's gonna be elite sleep because the eat is gonna be sleep worthy.
I heard that boy Kid Country could cook a rat and make it taste like a chicken. That's what I heard. I ain't gonna tell you who told me.
Hey man, but also man, you gotta follow us, man. And follow us on Twitter at the coolest pod 23, and also on Instagram at the Water Cooler Talk, and on Facebook at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, and on go to our website now. We got www.watercoolertalksports.com also in the building, man. And you can also join and become a member for $5.99. Hey man, hey, y'all spending money anyway on things that real cheap. Go throw that $5.99 on us real quick, man.
$5.99 pack of cookies, man. A
I
pack of
promise.
cookies. That's it.
Oh, you know how much a pack of cookies cost, don't you?
Yeah,
But yeah,
hey,
$5.99. I'm telling you, go ahead, join up, bro, and we gonna make it worth it. I promise you. We gonna clown. Hey, but yeah, man. Oh, we got the Rooster Mac in the building. Hey, Rooster, how are you?
What's happening, gentlemen?
Man, we good, man. Finna hit these comments and see what everybody doing tonight, man.
what up, Rooster?
What's happening?
Man,
Trill Bear. That's my dog.
Man, what's up, AD4L, man? What or Eagle, man? Let's go. You know how I go. Let's go. Let's get it. Huggy in the building. Huggy, you join in. You all right, Huggy? I appreciate the love, bro. I feel you, dog. You said, "What's up, Mike? My boy, that's my dog." And what's up, and he said, "Send Gus."
Gus already at home, man.
He said, "Send good home, bro."
Gus already at home, man.
Man, hey,
we need to speak on Gus.
Hey, good retiring, bro. He tired of this.
We need to speak on Gus. We need to hope Golders do what he did, or even better.
Man, I'm hoping sustained success, man, with Golders, man. But this ain't about Golders tonight, man.
No.
We taking the temperature of Kentucky and Vanderbilt tonight, man. What's up, James, man? You know it. Let's go, let's get it. You know, man, because we gonna check. We gonna talk Auburn tomorrow. Tonight we gonna talk Kentucky. We gonna talk Vanderbilt, man. So let's do it. All right, man. First thing first, Kentucky. Let's see what you're talking about, man. They say Stein would definitely upgrade the program. Believe it or not, Stoops raised the bar. Stein is a grand slam hire. He will get Kentucky to the next level, all across the board upgrade. Stoops players will be the core of Stein's first year or two. Bryant, Gatson, Godfrey, Humphrey, Grace, Nichols, Carter, he signed some studs too. I think the floor of the schedule is 6-6, and the ceiling is 10-2. Believe it or not, change is coming. And another comment says 4-8. If you look at that comment right there, that sounds a lot. That sounds very familiar to one Auburn fan base and how we feel about our program. Do you guys agree or disagree to that?
I mean, everybody got to be optimistic. You know what I'm saying? The question is, can Kentucky shine with Stein? You know, he
bringing a quarterback from Notre Dame in, man, real young cat, and he had successful quarterbacks in Oregon, man. So, what you think?
Yeah. Well, see, that quarterback that he bringing in ain't proven nothing. He hasn't played for real. He's played, but he played like garbage minutes in Notre Dame, But he's very athletic, from what I understand. He does backflips with his uniform on and things of that nature. He's a very swifty guy. So I mean, it is, at the end of the day, he has a very high potential ceiling, because he can't get no worse than what he has been, because he hasn't been anywhere. So it is what it is. Okay. Like I said, Stein has a track record of producing pretty good quarterbacks in the college football scene. He was the offensive coordinator at Oregon, right?
Yeah. He was definitely the offensive coordinator at Oregon.
So Kentucky has always been at the bottom of the barrel. They can't get no worse.
So you saying they can't get worse than what they've been? Well, my boy Ted has just entered the room, man. Ted, how are you tonight?
I'm pretty good, man. How about y'all?
Good, man. Hey Ted, how you feel about Kentucky, man? Do you feel like, Stein is the right guy for the job? Because they sound like our fan base. I feel like they got 30 new transfers and they feel real good about their team, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, number two transfer portal class in the SEC. They bring in the quarterback from Notre Dame. Like Travell said, he unproven, man. But they were very, very excited when they got him at Notre Dame. Athletic guy. They bring in a host of players. Notably, you get Nick Anderson from LSU. This Nick Anderson is a dude. I don't know if y'all remember, but at the beginning of the season, when we on Water Cooler, we did a episode about some people who could win the Heisman. He was a name that was floated around out there. Very athletic receiver. And then you look at Kentucky, they got a great home environment. They always keep a decent front seven. It's a team that just needs direction. If he can field a, average or above average offense in the SEC, if Will Stein can do that, then Kentucky's a team. I don't know if they, are just gonna make a turnaround this year, but they can definitely spoil the dreams and hopes of some other teams out there. It's a game that you don't want to play them, right? You don't want to, especially at home. You don't want to play them this year. So I don't know what they'll be, but I think they'll be better than last year.
We didn't want to play them last year, apparently.
Yeah, I do too. And I think they're gonna run the ball way more because I think they got that transfer from Texas. What's his name? CJ Baxter. I think he came there to run the ball.
Right. Yeah, for sure. He ain't coming at a block.
Yeah, I think he came there to run the ball, man. And if, like you said, Kentucky has over the years had a good front seven. If they could put it together, man, they might be scared, bro. But I don't think 10-2. I think somebody sniffing some of the Nick Juice back what DC used to say.
When the last time Kentucky went 10 in anything?
Yeah, you got a point. Hey, but hey, think about this. When the last time Indiana went 10 in anything?
True. That's very true.
Yeah.
It's a new day in college football. If you can get some talent in the building, man, which they have, and you have a coach that can bring a culture into the building, man, you can turn a team around in a year. It's that whole 3 to 5 year thing that's kind of dead now. Especially if you can get the right guy at the helm. So this all lies on Stein. If he's the right dude for the job, then they can make some noise, man. The only difference between them and most teams is like I don't know. I think Mark Stoops is a decent coach, right? So is Will Stein that much better than Mark Stoops? I don't know. That's to be seen. That's what Saturdays are for. So we'll see.
So what would y'all say his problem was in Kentucky? Why he couldn't get Kentucky over the hump? Was it recruiting? What the hell was his problem?
Because they were Kentucky.
I was going to say it's Kentucky.
It's Kentucky.
Bro,
I lived in Kentucky for my sophomore year, bro, and that may be a long time ago. But when I tell you that nobody cared about football, especially it was weird coming from Alabama, where that's all we care about. It's Kentucky football, bro.
Yeah, bro. I mean, all you got to. The thing about it though is like, man, Huggy, you are 100% correct.
Yes,
but
all you need is a 4-0 start, 5-0 start, and watch all of a sudden everybody in Kentucky is gonna care about football.
Well, yeah, it's because they hadn't won anything.
Right.
I thought I was gonna be able to follow Tez and him not say what I was gonna say right up until you mentioned Indiana, because that's what I was gonna point out. Nowadays, you don't never know, bro. And Kentucky's, been down bad so long that any drastic change to a positive, even on a minor level, it's going to be able to be noticed pretty early on, because it's not what you're used to seeing the typical bad Kentucky, so to speak.
But
True.
With that being said, though, Huggy, if with looking at their strength of schedule, could we see a 4-0 start from Kentucky?
It's
Well,
gonna be
yeah.
tough.
I mean, I guess there's always a quote chance, but at this point in the game, bro, there's just as much chance that it goes either way. It could go 4-0 or 0-4. That's what comes back to the change. If he's, the guy that should be doing it, you'll notice pretty well. But I don't know if I'd go out on a limb and say they're fixing to be like have a 180 and win 10 games and all that. No, I can't go that far with you.
4-0 is a lot for them. If they go 4-0, they're gonna be on the watch to win the SEC because they got Alabama week 2, and I think right after that they got at Texas A&M. So if they can, I already predicted. Like, I don't know if y'all remember any of the other episodes when we talked about this, but I got Kentucky week 2 against Alabama.
Really?
No, I can't go that far.
That's bold as hell, Tez.
It's bold.
Yeah,
bold.
it's bold, man. Hey, and listen, if it doesn't happen, y'all can come take that up with me. I'll be glad to sit here and tell y'all that I apologize and all that. But I'm just saying, like, that's a game at home. Kroger Field is a tough place to play. Alabama has recent history had trouble running the football. Kentucky keeps a pretty decent front seven. If offensively, I put it like this. I said it 100 times. If Alabama brings the same exact offensive philosophy that they did last year to the season this year, that Kentucky game is very losable for them. Very losable.
Man, the last time I remember Kentucky beating Alabama was Tim Couch was the quarterback. That was like in 98, 99.
That was a long time ago.
It's a long time ago.
Oh, golly, I ain't heard that name in forever, man.
Yeah.
Man, all right, man. Let's hit the comments. It said, where did the quarterback from last year go? Good question. Where did he go?
Yeah, I don't
really know where he went. Did he graduate?
Righteously, he probably ultimately ended up going to the bank.
That's what all these kids going at their point, huh?
Right.
I mean, for real, bro, even if you're not a superstar and getting like 5, 6, 7 million, if you're getting any kind of major level college football money to come up here and play on scholarship, they're making more than probably cats that are going to regular jobs working 40, 50 hours a week. You hear me?
I heard he bought a Kentucky Fried Chicken franchise, but that's what I heard.
Oh man, that's funny.
Who we got in here, man?
Hey, let's get it, fellas.
The guy,
What's up, Ant? Yes, sir. We got a good debate coming in now.
Let's just be for real, man. Kentucky 10, what?
They said 10 and 2.
I don't know Kentucky. Man, you know Kentucky probably ain't gonna win no more.
It's like Wade did last night.
They gonna win 5 games.
5. I don't know, bro. Kentucky is my sleeper pick for the SEC this year, man. I may be the only one that's on this panel. I mean, Will Stein comes from Oregon. Oregon traditionally has had a pretty decent offense. And they were very intentional in the portal about getting talent, right? We haven't seen Kentucky do that before. We haven't seen Kentucky in a place where they're just like, you know what, we gonna put some talent behind this guy so that we can try to win some games. And they got some talent in the building, man. And I'm just saying, like I said, traditionally, Kroger Field has been a very, very tough place for teams to go in and get a W. They had Georgia on life support down there. They had LSU down there on life support in 1 year. So
is it? Can you really say that though? Because every example for why it is you just gave, they almost. No, I don't think that's too scary.
Yeah, I'm saying they're gonna take that next step this year. You know, it's like Auburn. We almost won a bunch of games, and we think that we're a little bit better. We should win some more of those games. So I say the same thing as Kentucky.
They do.
Looking
I mean, they do got something to build on. They beat us, so I mean,
on their
they can
schedule,
build off that.
they don't have to play Georgia this year. So if they beat
Right.
Alabama and they play LSU, I think
They
would be it.
will.
So if they beat Alabama and they beat LSU, man, shoot.
They'll-
Ted
if-
said,
Then they'll
It
face
could.
Georgia in the SEC championship. Then, so eventually they will have to play Georgia, bro.
Right.
Man, Georgia ain't making it, man.
If they get to the SEC championship, that's a win for Kentucky.
Man,
That
all
is
day.
like, bro, they'd be
That's historic, bro.
they hang banners for that. Like that is
They'll build him a statue, righteously, bro. Because I mean, it obviously it's probably different from when I tell you that it was a whole different mentality about football when we lived there, bro. Like they just did not care. Like I ain't saying they should be like some of the Iron Bowl fans and be killing folks over it, but y'all right. But then when basketball season come around, then it was like, oh, okay, I get it.
yeah.
but to William T point, my boy William T, like he said, I got Auburn upset in Georgia, so I don't think Georgia gonna make it to the SEC championship this year, Huggy.
I'm telling y'all now.
So
It wouldn't surprise me if Auburn beat Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've already predicted that. If y'all remember, I was the first one to predict Auburn beating Georgia and Alabama because I said 9-3. Because Ant was like, "Who the other three?" I didn't hear it when it was live. I caught that on playback. Ant. I don't know. I don't know who the other three will be, but
Man,
hey,
if we beat Georgia, man.
If we beat Georgia and lose to somebody like Ole Miss or some shit like that, man, come on, bro.
that's the most Auburn thing ever. Think about what you just said. That's exactly how that would go.
Yeah, you're right about that.
I'm just being honest though. Like, come on, bro.
Hey, bro, we've already watched this movie one time. Upset number 1 Georgia, upset number 1 Alabama the next week. How'd that work out? We had to watch them two play for the national championship, cuz.
I
but we don't have good.
I got a take for you. If we beat Georgia, man, it won't be an upset.
I feel like that too,
We're going to that game 4-0.
Why you say that, Ted?
Yeah, it kind of will be an upset.
No,
because the only way I see us beating Georgia. No, I'm just saying the only way I see that we beat Georgia is if we start the season off 5-0. And we'll be coming off an away game at Tennessee. We beat Tennessee at Tennessee, and then we got a bye week. If we manage that and going into that Georgia game, Georgia Auburn would be SEC game of the week. We would be ranked really high in the SEC. We'll be ranked really high in the AP poll. It won't be an upset, bro. It'll be two evenly matched teams.
I feel that too, Ted. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like,
don't call it an upset.
No,
the only way it'll be an upset if we just not a good team.
No, you're right.
I guess you could call it that for that reason.
You're right how you explained it, Tez. You're not wrong how you explained it, but even if it happens that way, no, it'll be an upset because of how down bad Auburn's been and Georgia is. Yeah, it'll definitely be an upset. Fans might not think it is, but in the college football world will definitely. The announcers on TV will call it that. They'll call it an upset.
Well, I mean, you can't beat Georgia
when we talk about Kentucky and Vanderbilt.
You can't beat Georgia in a close game. So if we beat Georgia, I expect us to beat the hell out of Georgia.
I agree with you on that. If we beat Georgia, it won't be because we fought it out to the last possession.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that.
It won't look like an upset.
Let's get back on topic, fellas.
All right, go ahead and touch on another SEC team up in the SEC, man. Let's go ahead and roll into this Vanderbilt situation, man. And this says, one thing is for sure, and that's Diego Pavia won't be back. Good one, coach. Anchor down. So, guys, I ask, there's Vanderbilt, and I'm glad Huggy is on the show. I wish I could have got Vandy Chris on because I really, really wish I could have got his right here. Does Vanderbilt to be in Vanderbilt of the past now that Diego's gone? Or can that freshman, Gerard Curtis, am I saying his name right? I think.
Yeah, Jared.
Jared Curtis. Can he be the next Pavia for Vandy? How y'all feeling about that, man? I just want to know. Comments, how y'all feeling about it?
I'm not gonna say they're gonna be Vanderbilt of last year, but they're gonna definitely run the ball more. They still got their running back, and they still got a receiver from last year's team. So I mean, they'll be all right. They ain't gonna be 10-2 Vandy. They'll probably be 7-5.
Yeah,
Well, Williams said Vandy gonna be tough every year now. So is it safe to say Diego changed the culture at Vandy?
I say the coach changed the culture at Vandy.
Yeah.
Hey, coach. If it was all Diego Pavia, then yeah, they're gonna go down. But with the same coaching staff, the same coaching situation, he brought all that there. So with him still being there, Vandy should be still tough. If not, then we'll know it was Diego Pavia.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they're gonna like fall off the mountain,
right?
Just and go back to being like old Vandy, so to speak. But no, I don't think. I don't think they're gonna be. It wasn't all Pavia, but having a quarterback like that, you mean in college football, you can do some things with that. But I think this new kid, if he is got that kind of talent, one of the other bigger schools is gonna come in there and cut a check. And I mean, and maybe not. I don't want to pigeonhole that young man. I don't know this cat. He could always say no, but money talks, as they say, and I wouldn't be mad at him. It is what it is.
So, Rooster, you saying that Vandy gonna be good this year? You saying that?
No, I don't mean. I kind of think I'm echoing what everybody else said. I don't think they're gonna just go back to being like 2-10, but I don't think they're gonna be winning like that they're the team that's one of the 2 or 3 that every year that's who you got to see if you're gonna get anywhere. I don't think that, and I'm not saying that as an insult. It just is what it is. Like you said good. I'm just saying they'll be good enough to not be like terrible, like an automatic win.
Man,
I say this, Marcus. Vandy will upset some people though.
Oh yeah. But that's why, like it was said, it's the coach though. The coach is who everything takes on the personality of the head coach. And if there's a culture change, it's because the head coach. Because even if it is Pavia, who made the decision to bring him in, the head coach. So it all comes back to him. And we're in a point where the college world is kind of Indiana has shown you don't have to be Alabama or Georgia or USC, or you can come in here and legit lay it down, and we all cutting checks now. So at this point, it's almost like everybody, certainly there's always going to be your upper echelon schools, but at this point in the game, it's a crapshoot. Everybody can, because with strength of schedule, this, that, and the third, and that's a lot of teams. Because you bet eventually they'll add more teams to the playoff, because it'll pay off so well. I don't think it'll be like the March Madness and there's 64 teams going, but they'll eventually put in more. But when a lot of the blue blood schools start like missing out because it is more level and there's upsets, they'll kick that number up so they don't have to leave out, like kind of similar to last year with Alabama. They want the teams that they think Cats is going to watch, like the casual fans, because the football fans are always going to watch no matter what, no matter who's playing. At least I would. It's a national championship. It's a Super Bowl, but I mean that's just how the nature of the beast is.
My boy Mike said we're gonna have to start understanding that the right quarterback is the key to success. I think Vanderbilt got the right quarterback.
I don't think it matters, bro. I think Vanderbilt is the team that y'all think Kentucky is gonna be. I mean, Vanderbilt had a lot of success last year, but then when you look at their roster, bro, what they brought in, what they composed of right now, this is the SEC. They have 8 offensive linemen on their roster. Hold on. 8. Right? 8 offensive linemen total. Right? You understand what I'm saying? You're playing in the SEC, 1 injury, and then you're down to a guy who, probably wouldn't start anywhere else. You're gonna need more offensive linemen than that in this conference. And then you do have a true freshman quarterback behind 8 offensive linemen. That's just not enough, in my opinion.
That's a recipe for disaster.
It is. If I told you guys that how would you feel about Auburn if Auburn had 8 offensive linemen on the roster?
Yeah, but that's not a good thing, bro.
Yeah, man. So this is Vanderbilt. You got 8 offensive linemen on the roster. The one thing about Indiana was that roster was put together and layered to perfection. This Vanderbilt roster right now is not. They got a lot of good players at the skill positions, but look, there's Nick Sander. Yeah, they got Cedric Alexander, Junior Sherrill, of course. But this game in the SEC is one. Yeah, it's won and lost in the trenches. In Vanderbilt right now, offensively, they don't have the numbers, right? Unless all 5 of their starters are Trent Williams, I expect Vandy to be, middle of the road, 5-6 games. With a true freshman starting at quarterback, I'm not really high on them at all.
Traditional Vandy, though. That's what I'm trying to get people to say, though.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
5-6 games still ain't the old Vandy. So I
give you that. Yeah, you're right. That's not the old Vandy. You talking about two games? Yeah.
I didn't know that about the O-line thing, and I'm sitting there thinking as you talking, Tez, like, bro, if I'd have known that before, I said, yeah, they might fall off a cliff. You're right, bro. That is no good in SEC football. 8 offensive linemen. If I was playing Vandy, I would punish their offensive line. I'd blitz as much as I could. I'd tell my offensive lineman, no punishment group. As long as you don't get a technical, go in there and let's physically pound them, because you got to stay, like you said, it's won and lost in the trenches, bro. And you know that you're going to you can send more than just 8 dudes to blitz or rush. Yeah. So that changed my whole perspective. They might fall off a cliff because like you said, they're 1 injury away.
Yeah.
That's not good at all. And
they may start off well, but that second half of the season, man, the SEC grind, 9 SEC games, bro. November is going to be brutal for them, man. I'm telling you, like, you just can't. You need more than that.
Yes, you really do. But like I said, that still won't be the old Vandy. Like,
how is it not though? Just tell me, how is it not though?
If they win 5 games,
because the game's gonna look a little bit better.
Even though
you still got your non-conference game that you're gonna play cupcake teams, so they're gonna get those wins.
And I think the question is, are they bowl eligible this year? I think that's what we talking about. Vandy is like, can they win 6 games?
Bowl eligible? I don't know.
That's a
true
good question.
Freshman quarterback. Diego Pavia was must see TV. Like we got to remember, like, this dude.
That's what I'm saying.
We saw him at Auburn, right? We saw him at Auburn. We had the best offensive performance that we had all year, and this dude was unstoppable against a defense that we were very proud of. So, like, a lot of that you got with Pavia, and now I like Clark Lee, and I like bringing in Jerry Kill. But, like, this game is about the Jimmies and Joes, and if up front you don't have the numbers, then I mean, I don't know. Like their 5 starters could be amazing, and they could play the entire year and start and stay healthy and all that good stuff. But since I've been watching the SEC, that typically doesn't happen. You're gonna need a couple guys to come in on that offensive line, one game or another, to help bolster that. And I just don't. I just got a feeling, like Nick said, they're gonna take a step back, man. Like I said, I think Vandy right now, their roster right now is who we think Kentucky is gonna be. All right. When we start looking at it, we got Kentucky brought in all these transfers, putting talent on their roster, new coach, offensive coach. That right there is a recipe for more success than a roster with 5 offensive linemen on it. I mean, it's 8 offensive linemen on it, right? In reality.
I
Yeah,
have a question. All right.
Mhm.
If Kentucky and Vanderbilt gonna be in the middle of the SEC, because I mean 6-5,
Bottom.
6 games, 5 games, that's pretty
I'm
much
gonna
the
say
middle of the
bottom.
season.
I'm with
Who's
Ted's
gonna be at
bottom.
the bottom?
Them. I got
Mhm.
Mississippi State being better than them.
I was just thinking that, Marcus, that I
I
think
got Mississippi State
Mississippi,
being better than them.
I was just thinking Mississippi State is further ahead, I think, than Vandy. So there you go. Maybe they
Yeah.
are going to fall off a cliff now that you know these valid points have been brought to the Roosters' attention. Yeah, and even if they hadn't fallen off a mountain, what is our beloved coach Goler say? Fe. Yeah, I don't care for Vandy, bro.
All I would say is all that productivity that they had that Vandy Chris was bragging about last year is not coming back this year. Not too much of it. So it's gonna be very tough.
So
My boy,
who they lose on defense? Because their defense was pretty solid last year.
Yeah, don't get it twisted. It wasn't literally just Pavia. They had to have
Yeah,
something
but
on the other side.
they play complimentary football. Their defense was solid because they control the game on offense and ran the ball. They kept the ball on offense, so their defense really only needed to make a few stops here and there. If you're going 3 and out every single play, I don't care how good your defense is, they're gonna struggle.
Yeah, but Auburn has shown that.
and UK are the slugs at the bottom of the SEC. Thank you. I agree with Slug.
Except for UK, I think UK can take a step.
You think UK gonna take a step up there?
I really do, man. I think they're gonna spoil some seasons. I really do.
I think Kentucky gonna take a step up. Vanna gonna take a step back.
Now, I ain't saying 10 games like that tweet that you just put up. Now, I ain't saying that.
I think it is.
So all right.
You know, bro, you think about it, like
yeah, that's 100% correct. With that's Jason, Hall of Fame Sports. Yeah, you typically need at least 12 to 14 offensive line depth wise, and that's in any league, right? And you're talking about the SEC where you're gonna play potential first round defensive linemen almost every single week.
So
yeah, man,
you
need
only
more
have
guys in that.
They only have 8 offensive linemen total, or they'll have 8 offensive linemen coming back.
No. On their roster, last time I checked, when we did that last episode, they had 8 total.
Yeah, that's horrible. that's bad.
So before we get up out of here, man, hey, can I get a record prediction for both teams real quick?
Okay. Let me take a look at the schedule real quick. I want to try to get as accurate as I can. I mean, y'all can go ahead while I'm looking at the schedule.
Nah, I gotta put it up too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's great.
That wasn't
That ain't the right one.
No, that was
That's the right one. Let me see.
Let's see here.
All right.
So we
can
got
play Youngstown State, Alabama,
right.
Texas A&M, South Alabama, South Carolina, LSU, Oklahoma, Vanderbilt, Tennessee, Florida, Missouri, and Louisville.
I think you're looking probably at a 6-6 Kentucky team, bowl eligible. Better than last year, but you know, of those 6 wins, they probably probably spoil some seasons. Like I said, man, week 2 I'm telling you, week 2, Alabama coming into Kentucky, going to Kroger Field. I guarantee you that game is gonna be a night game. I 100% guarantee they're gonna make that game a night game.
My Alabama hate is enjoying that tape. I swear it is.
If they don't beat Alabama, that game is gonna be so scary for them that it's gonna feel like they beat them.
Man, I hope you're right about that.
No, bro, Kentucky.
I hope you're right about that one.
Yeah, I hope you're right.
And then Alabama's got that revenge game against Florida State the very next week. So all of that comes into play.
I actually don't think Florida State's going to beat Alabama this year, and that would be perfect the week before they lose to Kentucky.
Yeah, we'll see. You got Ashton Daniels down there, and Gus is gone, so we'll see how that offense looks.
Oh no, I'm very I love Ashton Daniels being there. I was so excited when I heard that, but
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think Florida State, and I say this as a genuine fan, I think that they're not the program, but what's the word I'm looking for? The culture. I think it's broken even worse than Auburn's. Like it's something. There's something really, really wrong. That
In Kentucky?
No,
You speaking on?
You talking about
Florida State, bro.
Oh, Florida State. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
Something about that Georgia game, it changed, which in and of itself says that they weren't in the right place. If one loss, no matter how bad it is, can rock you like that. But it did something because the fans started. I said this. That's why I quit going to Florida State forums and watching the YouTube coverage and stuff because they started acting like Alabama fans, bro. It was horrible. So there's something wrong with the Noles, and it's more than just one season away. I don't think it's Mike Norvell. That's just my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you gotta look at Florida State this way. That loss wasn't necessarily a situation where they just lost. They gave up because they got screwed by the powers that be.
So that's why I say that.
So it's necessarily that they threw their hands up. Now, when they get back to where they were, they weren't off. What that was
where
like
were
2
they?
years ago? Huh?
It's 2013.
Where were they?
Or
Say that again.
You said get back to where they were. I said where were they?
They were undefeated.
We were.
You mean okay when they got left out of the playoffs? Because 2013 is 13 years ago.
Well, no, I meant to say 2023. Yeah. I didn't mean to say 2013.
Yeah, 2023. They were undefeated. They were an undefeated team until
And to me, I personally think not necessarily the losing the game itself, and it's just my opinion. The fact that after the season they had previously, and all those guys specifically come back, the fact that they all opted out after the announcement, I think if Mike Norvell was the right coach, maybe not all of them play, but enough of them play that like, no, we come back to show that I think it would have worked that way. Not just Mike Norvell, any coach. You think Nick Saban, with all them cats coming back, they'd have been like, nah, coach, we'll catch you later. It would have never happened. Kirby Smart, none of them type coaches. Never would have happened to them.
It would have happened because they wouldn't have had anything to play for. So
yes, they would have.
No, they wouldn't. If they weren't going to the national championship, they would have had nothing to play for. So you sit out because you're getting ready to go to your NFL career. You don't play a game that doesn't mean anything to you. Yeah, like now they're getting paid. So if they play those games now, they're getting paid for them. Back then they weren't getting paid. So yeah, I'm sitting that out.
In 2023, they was getting paid.
Huh?
2023, they was getting paid. 2024, they was getting paid.
Now, the real dogs would have been like, I didn't come back just to quit. That's just my opinion. I know if I was in those shoes, that's what I'd have said. Like, no, we're gonna go 14-0 and beat the real top team in the country in the Orange Bowl.
Yeah, it's tough though. Like in the ACC, like you really got to believe in yourself, and the culture has to come from within because it's only a few games that you really that these teams really get up for in the ACC. And we got Clemson and Clemson. Clemson.
It's all about the you, baby.
Yeah, Miami. Yeah, what I'm saying is it's not a lot of them, man.
Bro.
It's about the you, baby.
No,
Miami
just now getting relevant again. Get out of here. Come on,
whoa. Y'all ain't all the relevancy y'all got is y'all beat Alabama the first game of the year. I ain't trying to hear none of that.
In the last couple of years, yeah. But what has Miami done since they stole that national championship?
I've been beating y'all. I've been beating y'all. Y'all, the only win you got over me is the undefeated year. I've been beating your ass. But anyway,
Bro,
Hey,
since the early 2000s,
y'all
they
was talking
beat
about,
Auburn for a national championship. There's one
man,
Miami. You
I
know
ain't
the
come for
answer.
all that, man. I ain't finna
Uh,
argue with no Florida State fan.
no, cuz
Y'all
don't
worse
come
than
in here
Bama
with that.
fans.
Cuz
But
don't come in here
anyway,
with that. I don't care nothing because the
so
culture
look,
ain't broken
let me
over in
tell
the Roosters
yeah,
universe, Jack. You want to talk about some SEC?
let me
oh
tell
Heat?
man,
y'all.
That's some
No,
college
no, no, no.
football heat.
Listen,
You're
listen. I agree, but no, I just came to say I agree with Travell for real. Like it's the whole Notre Dame situation. When Florida sat out, it's just like the Notre Dame situation. I mean, Notre Dame went 10-2. They told them they go 10-2, 9-3. They in the playoffs. They ain't put them in the playoffs. I'm not finna play no ball game. What I got to play for? I'm 12-0. I don't
Exactly.
care how I got there. I'm
Exactly.
12-0.
I
Exactly.
can give you that.
I
I
don't care
mean,
if my quarterback hurt
I
or
don't know if
not.
I don't know if it compared to the Notre Dame situation, just because Notre Dame didn't lose their starting quarterback.
Ted,
And so did Florida State. Florida State
what
lost
that
2 starting
Ted?
No,
quarterbacks.
I said they didn't lose their
I'm
starting
12
Oh,
quarterback.
years
Notre
okay.
Dame
old.
didn't lose their starting
Oh, okay.
quarterback.
Okay.
Ted,
yeah.
okay, nobody cares. Ted's I'm 12-0. I don't give a damn how I got there.
Yeah. Well, with Notre Dame situation was also different because it was already pre-negotiated that, like, hey, we if we finish in the top 10, you know, we're gonna go to the playoffs. And then when the committee, I guess, reneged on that bargain, it was already understood that, hey, we're not gonna play our playoff game. So they just exercised what they had
Okay,
already
you right.
negotiated. With
You
That's
Florida
true.
right.
State,
So
I
let's
mean,
look at this.
I don't blame Florida State either,
Let's
because
look.
you
Let's
lost your starting quarterback, and then, like, you're
But
gonna go
Florida
to a
State
bowl
played in
game.
the Orange Bowl. People can say what you want, but
They
Notre
hold
Dame said
Florida
that.
State, though.
That's
Can we
why.
just
That's why.
admit they hold Florida State though? They definitely hold Florida State though.
I mean, they really did.
Because let's be realistic, gentlemen, and
yeah, they
I'll
did.
take I'll
Because
take
Bruh,
this.
what?
by the logic that they used to keep Florida State out, they probably should have kept Ole Miss out this year too.
Yeah.
Should have kept a lot
Ole
of
Miss
teams
lost their
out, bro.
coach.
Facts, Ted.
Yes.
But
Facts.
that it
Right.
changed the whole playoff committee thing. Even in the BCS, it changed. The rules always will bend to what they can kind of want it to, as much as they want it to be. You dig?
That's true. That's true.
It's always been like that.
Because it always lean to get Alabama in there.
It ain't what they want to be. It's all about
It's a
that.
different criteria every
Yeah,
year.
it's all about that mighty dollar, man.
That's what I
I
meant
agree.
Yeah, it's
earlier when
about
I
the
said
dollar,
about
bro. At the end of
yeah
the day,
the bottom line, Jack. The
you
eyeballs on
gotta
the
look at
screen.
this.
But the
Yeah,
games y'all are talking about,
you gotta look at
that
this.
Florida State beating Alabama at the beginning of the year, and all these games we're talking about is why I think that Kentucky game is dangerous for Alabama. It's like you playing teams at the beginning of the year is extremely just dangerous, right? Texas did it. They played Ohio State. They lost by a touchdown. That
Yeah.
ended up being the game, which people say, oh, it ain't gonna matter because it was Ohio State, but that ended up being the game. Well, outside of the Florida game, that kept them out of the playoffs, right? It's 3-loss team. They had somehow won that game. We'd be talking about Texas in a completely different light right now, right? Arch threw for 3,000 yards. If he's in the playoffs, we even thinking about him differently. So, like, those games at the beginning of the year, those are very, very dangerous games. That's why Baylor is an intriguing contest for Auburn. Any of those big games at the beginning of the year, you coming fresh out of camp, you haven't established the identity yet, you really don't know what your team is, and you go in and play a team in a hostile environment. Man, those games spell disaster and trouble. And in this current landscape of college football, we seen with Texas, you cannot afford to lose that game, right? You cannot.
Yeah, you're right. Hey man, we getting a little off the rails a little bit. My boy said Florida State, Notre Dame, Miami. Hey, we talking football right now, man. We talking football right now,
We
man. You
talking
know how
hot
that goes.
takes, man.
Conversation spins into other conversations, and it just end up like that. But man, we about to get up out of here, man. This has been the second episode of SEC Heat Check, man. We have hit on Kentucky and Vanderbilt, but before we go, please subscribe to these YouTube channels. We got my boy Tez that's in the building with the SEC season. Auburn Addicts again with my boy DC, Sharpshooter with B Sharp. Huggy himself, with Huggy Beard himself. Bubba and
Yes,
the old man
sir.
with Tight Sports from Tight Sports Megacast, Up Tempo with Dylan, the Golden Broom Podcast with Vandy Chris, and last but not least, Kid Country. My boy Elwood. Shout out to my boy Elwood in the building. And also we got my boy DJ, man. Shout out to my boy DJ. Follow him on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media. That's at Hollywood_media. And also follow him on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's, at Hollywood Media with 2 A's. And also my boy Elwood is in the building. You gotta go get, man. Hey, Matt, when we get down there, please take me to Airline, bro. Please.
Strawberry banana pudding.
Oh man, I don't even eat banana pudding.
Strawberry banana pudding.
I gotta try it out. I'm going for the ribs. I'm
No,
hey,
nah.
I'm
bring
going
a
ribs
rabbit
and strawberry banana pudding.
No, I'm going for a lot of things, bro.
Nah,
I'm
I
going
want
for
me a
real.
ribeye.
I'm going for a lot more.
I want me a ribeye, my boy.
I'm gonna bring me a venison steak in there and see what he can do with that.
Yes, sir.
I bet he can handle it, man.
I'm
bet
sure he
handle it.
can. I'm sure he can.
Hey,
Bro,
I got a feeling he got them kind of ribs where you put a piece of bread up on them, you can't even see the bread no more. It just
I
disappear.
only eat pork, man. I hope he get. Oh, he got the prime rib. He got prime rib.
Man.
He got prime
What
rib.
he said?
Yeah, I guarantee you he got you covered.
Okay.
Hey, come on, man. You trust my boy Elwood, man.
I
Trust him.
think so.
Bro, look,
You gotta trust us,
And now
man.
you
Now,
can get a
I
Welsh
mean,
plate.
I'm bringing a pillow.
look,
Hey,
look.
You're gonna have the
Hey,
itis. You're gonna have the itis when you go to
I'm
Atlanta.
bringing a
boy.
pillow, man.
exactly,
That's
but
what
y'all
I'm
chill out. Nah, chill out. Let me finish this up. Hey, man. y'all chill the hell out. Let me finish this up, man. Hey, follow us at Water Cooler Talk, man. Follow us on Twitter at Cooler523, man. Follow us on Instagram at Water Cooler Talk, man, and follow us on Facebook at Water Cooler Talk Podcast, man. And hey, we got a website, man. Go check that out, man. My boy Nick and my boy Tez, we putting up articles, man, going crazy at www.watercoolertalksports.com, man. And also, man, please, if you would like to, join it. It's only $5.99, bro. $6, man, and this content gonna go crazy. If not, you can just super chat, bro. We take those too. Hey, man, thank y'all so much, man, for coming to kick it with us again, man, on the SEC Heat Check, man. Until, tomorrow, we'll be right back with our own show, man, Water Cooler Talk, man. Until then, man, y'all be blessed, man. Be safe, man. And we out, man.
If you ain't got on my jersey, F you.
This has been a presentation of Water Cooler Talk Sports.